Okay, well, I've had to remove a bunch of stuff to get to the water pump. Not water pump, but the thermostat. And you can see here, that's where the thermostat housing is. And I'm going to test the thermostat, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that in a minute. I had to pull all this stuff off the top, and but while I did it, I'm going to go ahead and change these spark plugs and put those iridium high temperature racing plugs in. And I already put my dry flow racing air filter in the air box, which is in the back there. And I'm also in the process of going ahead and doing these. Putting the new rotors on this side as well, and the new wheels with the new wheel studs. So go get that done as well. But I'll show you how I'm going to test the thermostat to make sure if it's faulty or not, to decide whether I need to get a water pump. Alright. Okay, and here in the sink we have the not yet proven guilty culprit, which I'm hoping it is the problem. And well, you can't see it in here, but maybe I can get some light down in there and see the thermostat. Well, it's down in there. It's down there. I can shine the light. But okay, so what we want to do is we find out that this side is the receiving to send coolant into the engine. We turn regular water on. We fill it up, and we watch that it doesn't let it pass because it's not hot enough. So that's normal. That's normal. So what we'll do, we'll heat this thing up to boiling temperature like this right here, and we'll set it in there for a few minutes. We'll let it submerge. I'll set it in there for a few minutes, give it the benefit of the doubt, and then I will pull it out and see if water passes through at this point. Hot water makes that spring expand and open up and allow passage for the valve to not be seated off, and it'll let water pass. That's the whole concept of cooling the engine. You know, the water gets to a certain temperature, then the engine says, hey, cool me off, and then the thermostat is, okay, yes, my spring is letting me go, and here you go, you got your coolant. And then when the engine gets cool enough, it cools the spring off, and then it plunges back up, and the valve closes off. And that's how that works. So, and we'll get a glove on, or better yet, some tongs. Okay, at this point that should be long enough. I've let it sit for about 5 minutes, so we're going to lift it and see if water passes. And water does not pass. Okay, water is staying in there, not passing. It should be passing. I'll give it a few more minutes just for the benefit of the doubt, but I'm really thinking that that's a bad thermostat. Waiting game. Hi, Ethan and Megan. Hi, Ann. Okay, this has been quite an amount of time. So if it doesn't do it now, then it's definitely bad. Yes, it's not passing. I'm calling that bado. Bado daddy-o. Just for shoots and giggles, let's go the other direction with it. And fill it up. It goes that way. I don't know if this is one of those, I don't know. So what I'll do is I'll check that with cold water in that direction. So you can kind of see it in there. I'm going to do this with cold water. Same thing. Pull it off completely. see any water passing with the cold water. But it's also pouring out one side or the other. But I did see it come out of this port at the bottom. Going back in the hot water again. No, I don't know if it's actually passing through, or is that water that's just in the, because it's not letting it go down it now. But I'll let it sit in there for quite a while. Okay, so at this point, I'm pretty sure that it is coming from the, it was just water that was in that tube right there. Because this part, these tubes cycle, this comes up from the bottom, this goes into the engine. It has to pass this way to get into the engine, and then these are returns and goes back around these two. So that goes to a cooler, and this one goes to a radiator, which is of course also a cooler. But okay, I still was not happy with my findings so far, so I went and grabbed the brand new one and tried it out, and yes, it passes clear and easy, no obstruction whatsoever. Alright, and in the effort of not getting these two confused, now that it's been in boiling water and looks relatively clean, other than there's a little bit of this going on in that, I went ahead and put a white X on it, so we won't have that problem at all. And I am happy with what I found. So it passes right through, real easy. So now I'll take it over here and I'll do it in the cold water. I'll let it cool down first. There it is, it cooled it down. Now it's holding water. That's it. Alright. We have solved the problem. Oh, and I forgot to show that I put the new piece in right here that was busted out. I got a new piece and put it in. You can't tell nothing's ever happened. Plugged the bulb all in. Everything works great. Very happy with it. Got my little carbon fiber pieces put in. Got another one over here. If you can see it. Yeah. We'll worry about that another day. But it's there. Trust me.